Let's go to Doha and speak to Luciano Zacchera, Associate Professor at Qatar University's Gulf Studies Center. Always great to see you, Luciano. What do you make of the prospects of a permanent ceasefire, considering what we've heard over the past 4 or 5 days coming from the White House and also from Benjamin Netanyahu?
Well, one thing is it's good that we are going to move forward to the second phase. But as we keep doubting about these final intentions of the Israeli government, about the permanent ceasefires, this is something that part of the government doesn't want. And part of the political spectrum that is outside of the government of Israel is also pushing for the continuation of war as far as all the hostages are freed. So once the exchange is over and we could enter in the second phase and the withdrawal of the forces, the Israeli forces from the Strip, it doesn't mean that part of the Israeli society and part of the Israeli government will not continue pushing for the continuation of war, meaning that a permanent ceasefire is not 100% on the table of discussions right now. And following up with the proposal of Trump, it's very difficult to think that a permanent ceasefire will lead to, or this temporary ceasefire will lead to a permanent ceasefire with the people in Gaza remaining there, since the plan is to vacate the whole Strip in order to fulfill this the wish of Trump to convert this into international resort.
Luciano, the timeline here is so fuzzy that it almost encourages instability, because we know, the Arab governments are going to get together in a few weeks to talk about what sort of alternative plan for Gaza's future they may be able to present. But in those few weeks, if the fighting begins again, we're just back to square one. In other words, the Arabs need to move faster to counter Donald Trump's proposals, because Trump's proposals surely will not encourage Hamas to seek an immediate ceasefire.
Exactly. I think that, again, Arab countries are not acting as fast as it was required. I mean, we were all surprised with the proposal of Trump, but since then until now, many things happened. Many bilateral meetings took place between Trump and Netanyahu. King Abdullah visited Washington, the King of Jordan. So many things happen that they are not driving towards a more faster reaction from the Arab countries. We know that the meeting will take place on the 27th, and we know that there is a proposal on the table by Egypt, but so far we don't know so many details about that. And in my opinion, it is taking too long to make a counter proposal that is challenging this idea that is supported by the US and seemingly accepted by Israel. Very happy that they will not take care of the Strip in order to comply with this plan, but it will be United States, according to what Trump said. So unless there is a unity, unless there is a clear position, doable proposal in line with this two-state solution that Arab states are still supporting, even though neither Netanyahu nor Trump are supporting. They are very clear in that they don't care about that. They don't trust in that two-state solution, and they are not supporting that. So it is up to the Arab countries to propose something that is doable, that is fast, that is supported by all the Arab countries, financially, politically, and why not even militarily if it is needed, with strong support from the international community that is based on this two-state solution that is signed in the Oslo Agreement in 1994. But as far as this is happening, it's difficult to believe that it's going to happen.
Yeah, because we have a disruptor-in-chief in Washington. Where do you think actually the most important decisions will be made? In Washington, in Israel, or in the Arab capitals of the world?
I wish the Arab capitals can have something to say and with the strength enough to impose it. But so far, the decision has been made either in Washington or Tel Aviv. It is clear that anything that happened in the Gaza Strip and even in the West Bank is because Israel wants or not to happen. If they allow humanitarian aid to enter, will enter. If they don't allow this to happen, they will not enter. regardless of any pressure that they receive from the international community, from the ICC, from the ICG, from the European Union, and even from the United Nations Security Councils. There is no pressure that made Netanyahu to change its mind, only what Trump is doing before he assumes power. But it seems that the countermeasure that he was offering in order to achieve this ceasefire is this plan that surprised everybody, that of course is in line with some part of the Israeli government. So if Tel Aviv is willing to do something else apart from the Trump proposal, it will happen. If Israel doesn't want to do it, United States will not pressure it, and therefore nothing will happen.
The one thing that all those three parts of the world that you and I are talking about, the US, Israel, and the Arab world, it appears that they are all on the same page about the future governance of Gaza, and that will not be the responsibility of Hamas. So is this the end of Hamas as a political movement in Palestine?
I mean, at least a government that is accepted and recognized by anybody else. So it looks like Hamas, again, cannot have any say in the future of the Gaza Strip, nor in the West Bank. But still, there is no alternative. So if they are not them, who will run the Gaza Strip? Israel doesn't want the Palestinian Authority also to control that. We don't know what the people in the Gaza Strip want, but I don't think either they are interested in someone from outside to control their lives, nor in an international government. So if there is no alternative, if there is no legitimate authority that comes from inside the Gaza Strip to rule their own people, the chances that this government, supported by only outsiders, will survive is very, very limited. So difficult to see how this is going to work.
Luciano, really appreciate you taking the time to offer us that analysis. Really important moments, these. Luciano Zacchera in Doha.
Thank you very much.